tonight, YouTube / Twitch / Kickstream. We're doing another PC build. I'm looking forward to this. I'm not sure if my mic's in a good spot or not, but let me readjust this. Okay, that should be better now. Move this to the side. And I don't think I'm missing anything else particularly. Yeah, we should be good, hopefully. Alright, awesome. Let me start all my cameras so I can actually record a little footage I need to record. I'm not sure why, but somehow I twisted my foot without even realizing it. I'm not sure how I did that though, which is be the thing. And I will start recording here. Okay. Anything else in the record? Record this too. How many encoders am I using when I'm doing this? Because I'm streaming to 3 platforms while I'm recording 2 different things in the background. Let's see where we at. We are at, I'm using 30 gigabytes of VRAM. Oh no, I'm actually not using that much. Okay. Interesting. I'm actually using a lot more RAM than I thought I would. Okay. Well, whatever. That's fine. Potato, potato. Alright. Hopefully y'all having a great day. We're going to do some streaming and see how this goes. Let me take this pop-up here and throw this on my other monitor. Just for the time being. Can I not full screen this? I guess not. You can't full screen that for some reason. Weird. I thought you could. Where did this thing just go? What the heck? I have no idea how I just did that. Docs. Let me remove the chat doc or put it back because I'm going to try to... Okay. Now I have a lot more questions than actual answers. How the hell did I just do that? I just put the chat doc in like full screen. That's not what I wanted to do. Fantastic me, you're a genius. I don't know how I just did that. Like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? Can I not move it? Like it's in a weird, it's like glitched out, which is the thing. I have no idea how I'm gonna move this chat doc. I'm just gonna disable it. Whatever. Dude, can I just like full screen chat please and just see what I'm doing? Okay, pop out chat. Set this here. And that's good. It's better than absolutely nothing. Now, I want to do this one here. Okay, we're good. Okay, awesome. Okay, I also don't know how my mic sounds, so hopefully my mic audio sounds good. I'm going to check it real quick on my phone, and then we're going to get started building this thing. I'm also going to try to get as much footage as possible so I can turn this into a PC build video because that's currently the plan. This is not the only PC build video I got going on. I got like another one I got to work on later here for my brother. But this is like the first one. And then we're going to get started building this thing. I'm also going to try to get as much... Okay, the audio is good. Okay, cool. So we're going to go over the PC parts first here because the PC parts we got the following. First of all, for the CPU, we got the Ryzen 7 78X3D. This is the second best gaming CPU on the market currently. And honestly, this is going to be absolutely perfect for the GPU we go with it for this build. For the cooler, we actually got the Montech 360 A-RGB actual cooler. I've used this cooler now, I think 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've used it. And honestly, just a good cooler. And we also got some RAM. For RAM, we went with 32 gigabytes of the crucial vengeance of 6000 megahertz memory, which is more than enough for actually this PC build. Honestly, I would recommend going like 64 gigabytes for a very expensive PC build. But honestly, if you're just gaming, 32 is more than enough. Also, SSD, we got ourselves the actual crucial P3 Plus 2 terabyte NVMe SSD. This is probably my favorite SSD to use currently on the market. I also have the crucial P3 10 I'm going to start using. I don't have it in today's video because like I ordered like a few of them for 1 terabyte, but this is more than enough for our time being. It's got great reads and great write speeds. W, what is up guys? What is up? Buster, what is up Andrew? This is going to be a nice build, guys. I'm not going to lie. We're streaming on Twitch here today, and honestly, I'm pretty excited about this build. I also just realized I'm on the wrong camera scene. Let me have this, and then let me... vertical. Sources. Chat's fine. I'm going to remove the sub and follow icon. Just for the time being, so you guys can at least be a part of it. So if you guys want to chat during this video, go for it. Yeah, we're good now. Let's see. SSD. It's interesting, the motherboard we got here is not in the actual motherboard box. He ordered online. He didn't give me the motherboard box, but I got the motherboard itself, so that's all that matters. Now for our GPU, we got the RTX 5070 12GB model. We got the Asus one Prime. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's funny, the RTX 5070 has been consistently dropping in price. And honestly, it's getting to the point where it's going to be below MSRP at some point here. So we got this one for $540, which is a pretty good deal for a nice 5070. So I'm looking forward to using this one in my build. Usually I use the small form factor one from GIGABYTE. So this was my first time using the Asus one. And now for our power supply, we got the actual... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I almost read that wrong. These power supply names are absolutely terrible. They're way too unnecessarily long. Now for our power supply, we got the MSI Mag A850 watt LGGL PCIe 5 power supply. This name is atrocious to say the very least, but it's a nice 850 watt power supply, which is going to provide more than enough power for our build. You could go cheaper though with a 750 watt power supply if you need to, because that's the minimum, but we did 850 for the time being. Let's see what I got. The RAM, SSD, that. Am I missing anything? Oh, the motherboard. Yeah, the motherboard. I'll have to put a price quote on everything here. Note to self editor, we will need to put a price quote on it's this side. Yeah, this side. Okay. And what is this motherboard name again? Give me a second here, chat. How's everyone's day going? Everyone's day going good? Enjoying your nice, quiet Wednesday night? Oh, actually, it's Thursday. I retract my previous statement. I completely forgot what day it is. I'm supposed to go on vacation tomorrow, but I'm going to cancel my vacation. Because a lot of stuff has come up, so I'm not able to go on vacation like I wanted to originally. Where's the motherboard we're using? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now for our motherboard, we got the GIGABYTE B650 Eagle AX Wi-Fi motherboard. This is going to be a nice, good AM5 motherboard. Nothing fancy with it, but it's going to do just the job. There was actually a cheaper motherboard for AM5 that was at like $125, but that motherboard has doubled in price to $225. So yeah, I'm not using that motherboard anymore, unfortunately, because it's just way too expensive. And finally, for our PC case, we got the Montech XR PC case. This is probably my favorite case to build in, and it's going to go especially well with our actual cooler for the Arctic liquid cooler. So this cooler in this case just goes so good together. It's actually insane. So what we're going to do next is get into the build process. Okay. This is the part chat where we are going to absolutely crush this. So the question about this is, how long will it take me to build this? That's the question we're going to figure out. I think we can build this. What time is it? It is currently 9:25. I'm pretty confident we can have this done by 12. I'm saying 11. We can have this done at 11. Yeah. This is going to be a great, sick build. Great. Yeah, it's going to be an awesome build, man. I think this build is going to be absolutely amazing once we're done. The big thing will be just organizing all the parts. How's your night going, though, RFV or Virgo? Or I could say Virgo. Like that. I always quickly say, chat, dude, the CSGO market recently crashed. It happened. Is actually insane. Literally, CSGO skins have dropped so much in price. It's been absolutely ridiculous. I was actually thinking about picking up a Doppler gut knife, not gut knife, a Doppler flip knife, or Ursus, I can't say it, or a bayonet. The problem with CSGO is, since the whole market crash, right, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy a knife, right? But now they added this new feature where you can do reverse trades after, like, at any point you want to. So it's not even, like, any point to, like, buy a knife, because I'm over here like, oh, what happens if I buy a knife? Somebody does a reversal, and then I lose all my money. that would kind of suck. So, yeah. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about that. Also, this camera looks like it's overexposed. It's not bad, though. Alright, let me move this stuff to a side that we're not going to use right now. And what we're going to focus on is the motherboard, CPU, RAM, and SSD. Those are the 3 things we're going to focus on for the time being. Yeah. Hopefully, Crucial does not get mad at me, because supposedly in my contract it says I'm not supposed to like use any Crucial stuff or promoting Crucial projects. Crucial? No, Crucial. Corsair. But then again, I think it was meant for SSDs and stuff like that, and I don't use any Crucial SSDs. Not Crucial's. Crucial. Corsair's SSDs. I'm getting the words mixed up if it wasn't obvious. I'm just butchering that super bad. So, yeah. Fun. Let's get this motherboard on out first. Oh, I almost forgot to move the PC case. I wanted to do that too. I use this box as a way just to hold everything up. You know, nothing can be easy. I just want to push this box closed so I can actually use it. It's a placeholder, but nope, does not want to be that simple. Okay, set that there. I'm not sure how overexposed the camera will be. Their top one shouldn't be that bad though. On the bottom. I'm questioning like if the motherboard came like this when he ordered it, or if he just didn't get the other half of it. Because it seems weird how like he's got the motherboard, but it doesn't have the motherboard box that comes with it. So I don't think there's anything gonna be wrong with this product at all. If there is, we'll be the first to know live on stream, just to say the very least. But hopefully that won't actually be the case. All my cameras are recording. They all seem to have good battery now. I think it's 4, right? Should be 4. Perfect. And then let me adjust this a bit. Oh, well, that looks good. Yep, that looks nice. Alright, I might have a lot of good camera angles too. So let me pull out the CPU and stuff, but... Oh, I should probably get a front angle too. I'll do that. Put that there. Grab our CPU. Set that box to the side. And let me grab some other tools I'm going to need. I'm going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and I'm going to need one other tool too. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually install our CPU. We're going to push on the little lever here, push it on down, pull it our way, and with that we can just open up the socket itself. Making sure there's no bed pins and stuff. Okay, well the pins look good. Also, let me know, chat, if I have a bald spot on my head, because supposedly I feel like I'm losing hair, but maybe just me stressing out for no reason, but I feel like I am sometimes. I should probably also get B-roll shots of the foot boxes too when I get an opportunity. So get some of those in a second here. Alright. So what we're going to need to do is install the CPU properly. There's usually a triangle on the CPU socket that points the direction of where the CPU needs to be installed, with a gold triangle here on the actual CPU. So there's actually a triangle on the indicator on the top left here of the actual CPU socket. So we can just line up the gold triangle. I'll show it to the other camera so I have it for B-roll footage later. Not that camera. Let's do this one. This camera here. How's this one? That camera doesn't look good either. Here, let me just grab my DJI. And when in doubt, DJI it out. The gold triangle on the top left here, and we're just going to match it with the actual socket. It's not the best in the world. It's kind of a bit blurry, but whatever. Yeah, so unfortunately it was a bit blurry right there, but I'll take what I get. Right. So we're just going to carefully drop in our CPU into place. And once it falls in place naturally like so, we can just push down on this. And then we can do the same thing with the socket here, push down the lever. With that, we have our CPU successfully installed onto our motherboard. That step is like the easiest step of all time. It's like very stressful the first time doing it as a PC builder. So if he did it for himself, he would probably be sweating bricks. For me, he's done it now for like 20 times. I still sweat, but not that bad. It's just stressful. So the next thing we're going to need to do is install our SSD. So luckily this is the easy latch mechanism, so this will be really easy to install here. Also, chat, how's the quality of the overhead camera? Is it good quality or not? Let me know. I also see a message from one of you guys in the chat. I appreciate ya. What's up, man? It's me from earlier. That's all. I came to with the motherboard. Haha. It was just a white box on the inside. Okay. Well, hopefully there isn't any problems, bro. If there is, you'll be the first to know. Hopefully that won't actually be the case. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it doesn't look like there's any problems. It would be obvious in the socket if there was a problem with the actual installation for the CPU. Nothing seems odd or out of the ordinary, and none of the PCIe lanes look damaged. Because a PCIe lane being damaged on the board can be really bad long term. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Some B-roll of our Crucial P3 Plus. Whoa, look at that little guy. Looks pretty nice. Yeah. So the good thing is we went with 2 terabytes of the Crucial P3 Plus, and this is like such a good SSD. It's so unfortunate that this SSD is so good, right? The problem with it is like it was $110 for 2 terabytes, which was amazing, but it went up to $150 recently. So like you can't buy it for like really cheap anymore, which sucks. But it's still an amazing SSD if you can get your hands on for a deal. So we're going to start this at a 45-degree angle, slip it on in, then we're going to push it on down and push the black lever towards us. And with that, we have our NVMe SSD installed. I was tweaking for a second there, I was like being weird. Now, we get for one of the more fun parts is the RAM. I will say, like, sitting with the motherboard is the best part of this part of the PC building. It's like, once you do it the first time, it's stressful. When you do it the second time, it's not that bad. And when you do it now, it's like the most satisfying bit. Because there's so much going on in this part that once you have everything assembled, it just like feels so nice. Got my knife. Yeah. There's that. Set that to the side. Bro, could I not like open this thing of RAM? Yeah, there you go. I was like wondering why I was not opening. The good thing is later here, chat, is that I'm gonna be able to watch some shows tonight if everything goes accordingly. Because like I was watching this like manga recap because they're really fun, but I was like, oh, I want to finish this. There's 2 minutes left, but I was like, I need to stream. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Virgo? Virgo, do you prefer to be watched on Twitch or here on YouTube, Grant? Honestly, whatever you guys want to watch, watch on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever you want to do, chat. Pick which one you think is the best. Me, personally, I don't care. Because, like, I'm not going to lie. Watching on Twitch is nice. It's probably the best place to watch it. But also, the amount of ads on Twitch is ridiculous. And if you have YouTube Premium, it's so much easier to actually, like, watch it on YouTube. So, like, I'll let you guys decide where you want to watch it. Because honestly, if you have a preferred platform, just do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, streaming is not my main focus when it comes to actually like social media. It's like, if I can be successful with streaming, it's cool. But honestly, I'm not that cool of a person to watch in the first place. So there's that. So what we're going to do is install the RAM. And the cool thing about this, since this is a nice motherboard, we got the easy latch mechanism for releasing the GPU. There's no GPU installed right now. So if we want to release something, we can with that. You know, I could theoretically have done a review video on this whole motherboard, but, you know, I didn't think that far ahead. I think it's the other way with this one, right? I legit have RAM right here. I can use those as a reference. Also, there's one of my motherboards where it has opens on one side, but doesn't open on the other side, which is annoying. I don't like these motherboards because I've noticed with these kind of motherboards, where it doesn't open on the other side, it can lead to damage to the RAM slot over time, and it could go bad. But that's what I've at least noticed. So I'm going to push it on one side. I'm going to here click, do the same thing on the opposite side. With that, we got our first RAM stick installed. Same thing, we're going to install it from one side. And and then push it down on the other side once we get nicely even in here. Perfect. So push it down and then click on the other side. With that, we have our RAM nicely installed. I also say the nice thing, chat, too, I can have two different camera angles. I have a camera angle from this side and from this side, allowing you to get both camera angles of the actual RAM installation, which is perfect. It just like makes it so much easier to show people during a guide. Hey G-Man, hey Katie, how's your day going, Katie? Welcome back to the stream. You doing good? Here, let me do something real quick, chat, and let me actually see. Why else did my camera just stop autofocusing? Lovely. I don't want that. That's not what you should be doing. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, fun. I don't know why she stopped autofocusing right there. Weird. Alright, I'll just quickly look at that footage real quick. Let me put a pin on this. And let me look at this, because I'd rather not have like me record a bunch of stuff, chat, and then I realize, oh shit, half the video was useless. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that looks good. Like the motherboard installation looks good. It's a little bit of blur, but it's not the worst thing in the world. RAM looks fine. For some reason, after I installed the first stick of RAM, the thing just went weird. I'm not sure why, but it just did, which is interesting. Okay. Interesting. Not the worst in the world. Yeah, my night's going okay. Nice. Well, the other thing is, Katie, I can just chill and chat with you about Pokemon while we stream, you know what I'm saying? My brother's been doing this new thing with an LLM. He's trying to train his PC to play Pokemon for him, so he doesn't have to play Pokemon himself, which I found to be pretty funny. So, interesting to say the very least. I'm not sure what he's going to exactly do with that. I also need to prep the CPU cooler next. So it's going to be another thing I'm about to do. What I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to set up another angle with this camera. And then I'm going to absolutely hate myself in post, because I'm not going to have one camera angle, chat. I'm going to have 6 camera angles for this video. Yippee! That's going to be so much fun to edit. If it wasn't obvious I'm being sarcastic, yeah. I also do have a new camera thing for, like, what's the word? Oh, I can't remember. Oh yeah, body cam thing. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably won't use it because it's still testing it. So, nifty. Also, I just realized this thing is not what the word I like to say. Set up properly. Oh, not set up properly, the other one. So, that's that. Okay. Cooler. So what we need to do is set up the plate. That's what we're going to do next here. Oh, that's for Intel. That's not what we want. Oh, so this cooler looks so nice. And I just dropped all the screws. That was legit the one thing I was trying to grab out of this box. Is a micro SD card in here? It is. Okay, cool. I was making sure it was. I was for a second there. I was going to click record. Realized it's not recording. And then me over would be like pain, pure pain. You know what I'm saying? I have been saving for a beefy PC. 1,000 is my goal, but I like to spend less if that's possible. Honestly, if you can go for $1,000, that'd be like the best price point for a PC build. Like, if you want to build a PC under like $800, nice. You have to use AM4. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's better to go AM5 and just spend $1,000 in a PC build. Like, the best thing I would recommend to most people is spending at least $1,200 to $1,500. $1,500 is like the best you can build a PC for right now, without like going over the budget, without like breaking the bank, but you get the best performance possible. Because like this is the best $1,500 gaming PC we're building. The specs are slightly different compared to the past one, but it's just the motherboard, because the motherboard was cheaper on this one, and we went with a better SSD. But the big thing with it is though, like $1,000, you can build yourself a good PC still, with like the 96X, and go with an RX 9060 XT. That's what I'm currently using on the wall PC here. I'm like, do I have a side angle to show you guys what I'm talking about? Hold up. I'm trying to like show you guys what I mean. I don't have a camera that's like exactly available to look at. Actually, I do have a camera over here. No, I'm not going to use that one. What is it? I have... Okay, you just go back to one. I spent $1,000 on my 1K PC and learned everything on YouTube. Yeah, no, Tony, you can learn so much on YouTube. It's actually ridiculous. Like, YouTube is a strat. You can literally, like, just watch YouTube videos and learn how to build your PC. Like, chat, this PC right here technically is $1,000. The reason it's not $1,000 is because of the motherboard. The motherboard's like $350. If I went on a cheaper motherboard, you can go somewhere else. But I'm just going to quickly say it. The 96X plus the RX 9060 XT for gaming alone is absolutely amazing. I don't recommend this if you game or stream, but if you're just playing the game, absolutely go with the setup. And you can always just upgrade the CPU or GPU later. Like, I love this PC. This is my favorite PC I built recently. I don't game much, but when I do, I really do enjoy it. So that's what I would recommend for like $1,000. Yeah, I wasn't able to play and stream modern games and emulators. Even though switch up the Switch. Everyone says $1,000 is decent, but they don't expect specifically what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I do a lot more testing. I don't really do PC build videos for gaming. I do PC builds, you could probably tell from my videos. My target audience is for people who want to game and stream. If it wasn't obvious already, that's my target audience. I just do PC builds on the side, like build and make videos out of it, because like, why not build something that's pretty cool? But for your case, like, I would honestly recommend, Buster, they go with like a 96X and then an RTX 5060 Ti. That's what I would recommend for your build, because like you're gonna game, stream, and then be able to do anything you want afterward. Because the 16 gigabytes of VRAM is gonna be absolutely amazing for what you're gonna do. The GPU will not fully utilize the 16 gigabytes of VRAM for gaming, but if you do other applications on it for multitasking, like OBS or anything on the side, the 16 gigabytes of VRAM will absolutely be clutch for what you're gonna do. And that's just the facts. It's just unfortunate that the 5060 Ti doesn't have the performance to fully utilize that full 16 gigabytes of memory. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to install the cooler thing next, right? Yeah. Give me a second. I'm just trying to remember what it is. Worst case scenario, I pull up a YouTube video. Did the camera just die? No, it just turned off. Reasonable. I wasn't using it yet. Would you recommend pre-build? I don't know, man. I think pre-builds are good right now. There's some sites you can get pre-builds for that are like exceptionally good, but none of them I could like say for certain I would recommend, if that makes sense. Like in the past, I would have recommended NZXT, but we all know how that went. Star Forge has some pretty good builds, but some of their specs for the builds they decided for the pre-builds are not particularly the best. Like, the pre-builds are good, but for the specs, it just don't make too much sense. Like, some of them are just like, oh, it's a RX for just pure gaming, and just like weird to say the very least. But yeah, at least you have multiple cameras. True, yeah, this is a good thing. Dude, I will say, dude, I'm pushing this RTX 5090 to the max. I bought an RTX 5090 not for gaming, but for streaming, because if you guys do not know, the RTX 5090 is one of the first GPUs in the last decade that has 3 video encoders. If you don't know what that means, that just means it can encode way more video than you could possibly imagine. Like, for example, 3090 maxes out at 3 videos per generation. Was it 4070 Ti maxes out at like 5 or 6. This one, 7 to 9. So I can code 7 high quality 4K cameras if I really wanted to. I don't have that many 4K cameras hooked up to it yet, but I know for a fact I can. I've tested it. But that's the kind of thing with it. The good thing is, though, if I have a bad camera angle, I'll just use something else in post. Bro, Grant, I thought you Grant taught me how to use OBS, lol. I got an ASRock Challenger. Honestly, ASRock has some really nice, like, GPUs. Their motherboards are a bit sus, though. That's the only thing I will quickly say. That's the right one. They don't got a name for one here, do they? Right? Nope, I don't. We're good. Cool. Set that to the side. Also, they changed it. Weird. Dude, they literally had this package for AMD as red nubs, but they changed them to black. Maybe it's a weird way of saving money, but maybe I'm tweaking. Okay. Anyways, let's interesting to say the very least. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing. Sheesh. Yeah, no, the 5090 is insane. Like, I don't use it for gaming. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just have I set the CPU to Eco and go from there. Alright. Worst case scenario, this overhead camera blurs, chat, and you let me know. And then I'll just use this side camera here I've unposted because, like, I'm just assuming for the worst. You know what I'm saying? And let me adjust this back up. Rotate this here. I just realized my trash can's going to be kind of in the frame, but doesn't matter. Yeah, all my cameras recording. I didn't click start recording on that one, shit. Good thing I have 2 side angles. I will say, though, I've only dropped 1 frame. Skipped 1 frame right now with recording all this stuff. If I skip more, I'll be impressed. So far, so good. Sweet. Okay. So the next thing we're going to need to do is actually install our cooler for our CPUs. We're going to prep this before we place it into our case. So we're going to take off these 4 screws here. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to remove these for the time being. Lefty loosey it. And this always takes a second. You want to make sure not to lose this though, since if there's anything wrong with your motherboard and you have a warranty, you do not want to lose this because you will have to send these screws back plus also the brackets. I think for this video, I probably won't show all the cables, like how to install everything cable-wise. I'll do the build part because, like, I'm not gonna lie, chat. It is so hard to do a PC build and get every single camera angle for the cables. You know what I'm saying? With the appropriate amount of lighting and stuff like that. And I feel like I have enough videos on a similar build already to show you, so I probably won't do it for this one. But if you guys think I should, just let me know and I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll probably skip out on it. Also, chat, is the messages being showed on the screen for you guys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not in chat, but on the video. Because when I go back and use this footage later, I'll probably have you guys in the video. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to say, like, hi, YouTube, all that jazz, and I think that would be kind of wholesome for us when we do PC builds here. When I take the footage, because that's how I'm going to reuse the footage. Also, what is going on with this screw right here? Why can you not come undone? Oh, I was concerned for a second. I stripped the screw. I was like, no shot, the screw's stripped. Because if I had to undo that, that would stink so much. And with that, we got our brackets and screw installed. We're going to move that to the side for the time being. So the next thing we're going to need is a little pouch right here. So there's a pouch that comes with the thing. It says AMD on the actual packaging. We're just going to open this on up. And it's interesting. They actually changed this. So originally, the nubs that actually come with this little packaging are red, not black. So it seems like Arctic changed the nubs. Unless I'm crazy and they weren't like red originally, the black nubs. I don't know. I just feel like they changed the nubs because I definitely feel like they were red before I used them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised. Dude, I should have named my dog Courage. Just because he's like really, really dumb. You know what I'm saying? I could say stupid dog and stuff like that because like it's Courage the cowardly dog and that's what the guy says. I don't know. I was thinking about that one day and I was like, oh, you know, that would actually be a hilarious name to name my dog Kipper, but you know, I just didn't do that. But he's adorable. I'll still give him that when he wants to be. Okay. The other thing too, English. The other 2 things we'll need are these 2 brackets, and of course we're going to match them up like so, so that way they match up on the plate here. Yeah. If it's okay to ask this Grant, is this build for a customer or for maybe you to sell after? So Vertigo, this PC is for a customer who wanted a PC build. Keep in mind this guy's a first time PC gamer. He's literally coming from console, from the Xbox 360. So this is going to be for him, and we're only putting the best effort into this build. Like, this build is going to be so awesome that he's going to show it to his friends and be like, damn. You know what I'm saying, chat? We're going to cook with this build. Like, if you saw the builds I've done in the last 2 weeks, they were using this similar cooler plus also, what is the word? Case, and it just goes perfectly together. Like, Montech and Arctic, either they must be doing some secret handshakes behind the store or something like that, because I do not know how they cook so good together, like looks-wise. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's just because of aesthetics, but I'm just saying, man. Somebody is doing something sus behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure who it is, but somebody's doing something. Okay, also, I gotta remember how to do this for this one. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if I like put the brackets on now or later. I'm pretty sure it's just like one of those things where I got to put them on anyways, so I can actually still the cooler. And let me do it. Oh, yep, 100%. So we're good. But yeah, chat, if you guys do have a PC you want me to build for you, just let me know. Like, I am looking to do something soon new here where I will be doing PC builds for subscribers. So like, let's say you want a PC built, right? And you want me to build it for you, make a video on it and all that jazz. Like what TechSource does, you just send me the components, or you send me some money for the components, because I don't particularly want to give you guys my address. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sussy-wussy. But if you guys want to send me money, I build you. Actually, all I would do is talk to you on Discord, organize what parts you want for your build, then you send me the money, whatever method you want to do. Then I get the parts, build the PC for you, and ship it to you. Of course, I'm still working out the shipment process because like shipping PCs is definitely not cheap, to say the very least, but it is something I am looking into, to say the very least. Now, how many times am I going to ramble my words? That's going to be another great question. Yeah. So what we're going to do is take this, line it up all so carefully, and then screw it on down. This part's always annoying because I'm always super worried I'm going to mess up a PCIe lane. Like, it's very unlikely I'll do that, but I'd rather be more concerned than sorry, at the very least. Oh my gosh. Can I get on there? Can this nub just, like, you know, not fall off? Bro, what in the heck? Alright, there you go. Now we got the bite. I had a friend I built a PC for a while back, or not, but I helped him install an SSD after fixing his PC. Long story short, we dropped a screwdriver on his motherboard for like a second. It didn't look like it caused any serious damage, but the problem what happened was we hit one of the PCIe lanes for the audio. And just to say the very least, he had some audio problems. It wasn't like anything detrimental, but it was definitely kind of like a weird, like glitchy sound. So, fun fact, don't drop anything big or heavy on your PCIe lanes. Like dropping a screw isn't bad, it isn't going to hurt anything. But at the right angle, anything can break. You know what I'm saying? Man, can I just get this one screw through, please? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna start sweating soon at this rate. It's gonna be a really cool build by TechRat, yeah. I just think he's gonna love this build. I think this build's gonna be awesome, Duster. I also said your name, right? No, it's Vertigo. My bad, Vertigo. I'm tweaking, bro. I legit, it's like, I'm trying to look at my monitor all the way down there, and I am failing tremendously. But yeah, no. I was going to go to New York this weekend, chat, but I had a client, not a client, but I work for a company with their podcast, right, and I just do it on the side. Like, theoretically, I could just go to New York still and chill, right? But I'm not going to do that. Just because of the fact that, like, I kind of don't want to drive 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have to drive 8 hours, why should I? Because, like, there's no reason to. And the only reason I'm going up for New York is, like, for, like, family in Ohio. And then, what's the other thing? Food, yeah. But I'm going to be going to CES in January, the beginning of January. So, I'm going to get some cool footage for you guys. Supposedly, these are not confirmed or not, but there's supposed to be a new GPU launch in January. Our announcement. And on top of that, some new CPUs. But we'll see exactly what happens with that. I'm not too sure, though. This is the very least. I can't say anything for certain, but based on all the information I have, it seems very likely it's going to be the case. It's going to be something like the second day of CES. No, not second, third day. Yeah. 8 hours worth of gas is not cheap. Oh, that too, yeah, 100%. It's like $50 to fill up a tank, and that'll only get you like a good 4 or 5 hours. So nothing crazy. So it'll only get you so far, to say the very least. This gas is not cheap. Like, I have a company that is lawn business. So, like, I have a LLC. And so I use the LLC business card literally to pay for gas. So, and it's a tax write-off that way. But still, it sucks because, like, it's like winter time now. We don't have any customers for my company because we do, what is the word? Lawns? Oh, shit, fun. we're gonna have to do leaves soon, and then after leaves we have snow. But we don't honestly do too much with snow, to be honest with you guys. We have some customers we do snow for, but it's more like for free. Just because of the fact that we don't have super fancy snow gear, if that makes sense. So we kind of just go with whatever we got. But still, like, spending, like, as soon as we start doing stuff in the winter and using gas, all the money for our LLCs just goes mostly into gas. Like, if I had to tell you how much money we spend on gas for my company, we spend like $300 on gas per month for my company. So, and gas is not cheap, right? So, like, we're buying like 1 tank every week. So it's like full tank. What is that? I think it's like 5 gallons, stuff like that. So it's 25 multiplied by 2 because it's 2 gallons we buy. So it's 50. So technically it would be 48, but it piles up really quick. So it's like expensive. And gas prices don't seem to be going down anytime soon. Yeah, snow can be a pain, but in the right areas, it pays well. Yeah. In our area, it's just more like there's a lot of elderly people, so like they'll pay us to do it, but it won't be like anything insane. It's just more like to be wholesome. I would also say good PR. I don't like using the word PR, but honestly, that's what that is sometimes, and you just gotta kind of take it. Now that we got our sockets installed, what we're gonna do is apply our thermal paste onto our CPU. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like this Arctic thermal paste, so we're gonna switch it actually. I could just use the Arctic stuff, but I've noticed that one does not paste that well over time. Alright, so what we got is some XTMP 70 thermal paste. I'm not going to say the brand because I have a contract, but we will hopefully the company I'm working for the contract does not notice me using the competitive brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, technically, the brand I have a contract with is me and him are just like pretty chill. I'm not gonna say who it is right now because like the video is gonna be coming out tomorrow anyways. So like once that video comes out, my contract should be good. But yeah, no. It's so weird. Like I think the complete clause is supposed to be for, what is the word? SSDs only. So like anything else should be theoretically fair game. If it isn't, and you see the string gets deleted, you'll know why, chat. Alright, so what next we're going to do is install our cooler. We already applied a thermal paste, so what we're going to do is install the cooler on top here. And this part's going to be kind of whack because there is a cable. I got to make sure not to mess this on up. So we're going to line this up like so. We're going to line up the screws on the thing. How's the overhead camera look, chat? Is it good or bad? Why do I get the feeling I have this upside down? Am I tweaking? Did I install the brackets the wrong way? Hold up. Wait a minute. I don't think it's supposed to go opposite way. Maybe it is. Maybe it actually is. Hold up. I think I installed the brackets the wrong way. What thermal paste you said is best? I don't... it's not the best thermal paste. It's just something I particularly think is good. It's the... What is it? TXM70. I've noticed the Arctic one I was using, the MX6, is not very conductive that well. Like, that's what I at least noticed. But I'm not too sure either. Yeah. The Dell Inspiration 8 for 10-year-old years PC. Would you recommend swapping a 5-year-old hard drive to an SSD? I'd just say check it out. I don't know. That would be a good idea. I think if you switch an old Dell PC and put a hard drive in it with a decent GPU, you can do well. That's what I did with the PC at the work, at the company. Like, they bought a PC for, like, streaming and encoding video. And I'll be honest with you, it did not have a GPU inside of it. So I tried to use the quad-core CPU for, like, encoding video. And just to say the very least, that did not work out well in the slightest. I don't know. I did have the brackets upside down. Makes sense. I was wondering why I felt weird. I had the right side on the left side. Not my best moment. But you can get a Dell PC. Like, I know there's some Xeons you can buy in some old Dells. And then you just slap in an SGPU, like a 2060. What was it? By 8. Or even low profile cards. And then bang, you have a pretty good PC with a 10-core CPU. I've seen Toasty Bros do that, and a few other people have done that. So, ultimately, it's not a bad idea, at the very least. So yeah, I did have the wrong one away. Fun. Also, did this camera die? Maybe I'll see it. Oh, good thing is I have a bunch of other camera angles, so hopefully nothing's blurry. Oh, it says 2% battery. Did I record all that though?
What happened was I don't have to drive 8 hours. Why
Yeah, we're chilling. We are chilling, chat. I'm gonna plug in this camera real quick, this DJI thing. So if I want to re-record something later, I can. I'm just really concerned with the overhead camera. I should really buy a new overhead camera, to be honest with you. Like, this overhead camera is like one of the first ever DSLR cameras I ever bought. Problem with this DSLR camera, its autofocus is not the best. It's not consistent. So it's like, yeah, it works, but not great. Okay. Let's install this here. There we go. Much better. I was like wondering why the height difference felt weird with this installation. Something didn't seem right. Now we know. Once we get this installed, dude, it's gonna be so easy. Like, the rest of this is gonna be cakewalk once we get the motherboard installed. I can't remember for this case if I'll need to uninstall a rear fan. I don't think so, hopefully. But we'll see. Also, I just realized Katie's been sending me a few messages, and I just realized she's blending in the background, so that's why I was like not seeing Katie's messages. Alright. Your camera looks great on my end. Sweet, thank you, Katie. I haven't committed to, haven't continued AZ in Halloween events. Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna read your messages real quick. Watch on since I gotta restall this anyways. For the Halloween events and Pokemon Go and also Monster Hunter now, we have a new set of CCG Pocket. Oh, interesting. I know there's supposed to be a new new Pokemon cards set releasing. I might try buying it when I have an opportunity, but buying Pokemon cards is like really hard since they're very scarce. So the only time I've ever bought Pokemon cards recently, I made a YouTube video on even on my card channel because I have a card channel that I don't talk about because like I'm not going to. But I got very fortunate on like being able to buy the Mega Evolution set on release. So supposedly there's supposed to be a new set, so hopefully I might be able to pick that up later here. Is the 97 XT and the Ryzen 76 a good combo for 1440p? I'm gonna be honest with you, the 97 XT is a very good GPU for gaming. For 1440p, I would say especially the case, since I'm pretty sure that GPU has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I'm fairly confident to say that. And if you combine it with the Ryzen 7 77X, it's going to be really good. 8-core CPU for 1440p is amazing, especially that one. The only thing I would recommend, I think your name's like, is it 2 a.m.? Okay, it's 2 a.m. I thought it said Zen or something like that. I would recommend going to 78X3D, since you can buy it for the same price point as that one. But if you want to go to 77X, you can too. Like, ultimately, pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't particularly matter. Right, left. Shit, did I put that all the wrong way again? Bro. Can I install it like this or no? Oh my god. I legit installed it perfectly this time. But keep in mind, the letters are supposed to point downward. I have them rotated. God, I'm like so locked in reading chat and hanging out with you guys that I'm just like not locked in at all installing this. You know, I said I was gonna have this done by 11. I'm gonna probably have this done still by 11, but this part is taking way longer than it should. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the AMD GPUs recently have been amazing. It's just unfortunate their codecs are stuck still. Dude, AMD, come on, bro. Can AMD not release an H.264 encoder that's bad? Like, you guys are killing it with your AV1 encoder. Where the hell are you messing up the H.264 encoder? Dude, Duster just be like, not again, bro. Yeah, I'm tweaking, dude. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. Like, me and Post gonna look at this footage and be like, damn, you're, bruh. Pain. Just absolute pain, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also could probably buy one of those thermal things for the CPU, because supposedly there's a bracket thing you can buy for the CPUs to put on the socket itself to protect the PCIe from getting dirty from the thermal paste. I have never done that once, because supposedly there is a gain to it for like 3 or 4 degree difference, maybe more. But honestly, spending $30, I think you can buy them for 10 now. But I just haven't done it. Also, let me adjust this color brightness. I just feel like this one's overexposed by a bit. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Let's decrease that by that. Might be a bit too much, but whatever. Alright. This time, chat, we'll have it. We're going to install right, and we won't mess up. You know, the guy who I'm building this PC for is in the stream, so him watching me do this is probably like, bro, is this guy actually a professional, or is he just throwing? You know what I'm saying? And I do not blame him one bit if he thinks I'm tweaking. Yeah. There we go. See, that's how it's supposed to go. Now the opposite way. I don't know if it would actually make a difference if I would install the bracket the opposite direction. Maybe there would be a thermal difference by like a few degrees, but I'm not too sure either. I'd like to test it. You know, maybe next time I'll purposely do it wrong, chat, just to test somebody's PC. Then make a video about it and be like, oh my god, I made it wrong. I did it wrong. And then I just make that a separate video, but I'm not going to do that. There we go. Let's say, well, I am close to the goal, but life keeps uppercutting me with random stuff. The things like 500 to 650 was saved. Yeah, I get that. Dude, life is never easy, bro. Literally, you can be so close to your goal of saving up money, but then you can just get slapped 1 month and be like, oh yeah, by the way, you have like a card fix you need to get done. Or if you need a medical thing to get fixed. So it's like that. Also, totally, I've already responded to your message on YouTube about your 97 XT and your 77X. I think they're going to be good. I would recommend a different CPU though, just because the 77X is really good for 14p, but the 1% lows won't be that great. So going with the 78X3D will be better, just for the 1% lows. But if you don't care about that, and you're not super gamer, like a super sweaty gamer, you won't notice the difference. It really depends on like your thing. Like competitive gamers, they'll feel that 1% difference. There's a few more stutters. Yeah, like a great example is me, chat. I was actually saving up recently to buy a laptop for CES, and I was also trying to save up some other stuff. Then I got my car broke, so I had to try to get my car fixed, but it didn't even matter because my car got rust, so it's like degraded the frame. And so now it's just like I don't have a car anymore. Like I have a bunch of like work vehicles, so I'm not too concerned. I have like a work truck that I use for my company, so I've been just using that for the time being. And I have like a few extra cars because my brother's in college. But still, it sucks not having my Ford Fusion. She was really nice. She did everything she needed to get me through high school and more. And she got me home really quick sometimes for YouTube videos. I might have been breaking the speed limit by like 5 miles. Nothing insane. But she did her job for getting me home originally for doing YouTube content. And she will always be in my heart. Okay. Now we're going to install the cooler. This part's the most annoying because I got to evenly install on both sides without it like being weird. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is install the cooler on top of our CPU. And of course I had to flip the brackets around because I had the wrong direction, because R is supposed to be pointing down on the right side, L is supposed to be pointing down on the left side, but I didn't do that properly. So what I'm going to do is right tidy it on both sides just slightly. There you go, that's there. This is going to be my least favorite part. I got a bite on the side. Oh my god, did I get first try? Usually I never get this part done first try. Okay, holy crap, I actually got the bracket the bite on first try on both sides. Usually I never get that lucky. Usually it's always a pain. So what we're going to do is right tidy it all the way on both sides, nice and evenly until it's tightened fully. Watch me say I have it done first try, chat, and then it's just like not the case and I don't have it done properly. I also say it's funny, if you don't remove this peel here, it won't give you RGB to your fans. So I gotta make sure not to forget to do that. Because one time I didn't do that, I was like, why am I not getting RGB to the fans on the cooler? And it was legitimately just because of that tape. The right side's tightened. And so is the left side. Ooh, ooh, I love when that comes together. Okay, we're gonna move this peel here, like so. Perfect. And then we got an A-RGB connection. There's an A-RGB connection on the right here. We're just gonna plug this on in to have our connection all good to go. Perfect. And then I will run this cable somehow, some way, clean later. I think I'll run it probably like around here, right? Maybe around the IHS. Maybe something like that. I'm thinking like this, behind the RAM. Something like that. That works, I guess. Where's the top part? There's a top part that goes to the CPU cooler. I'm trying to find it real quick. I had it on my desk. Oh, here it is. I am blind. Never mind. I'm just blind. I gotta contact one of my editors later for an intro video, part of the video. I've been putting a lot more effort into my videos, chat, for the intros, because the first like 30 seconds are the most interesting part, and I've been trying to really focus on hammering that down. Should be a magnet right here. Oh, let me actually take the cable too. There's one cable I want. This is not it. Actually, maybe they removed it. Did they actually remove the other cable that comes with this? There should be a second cable. Maybe they did. No shot, right? There should be a cable that's like an all-in-one connection. I'm not seeing it though, so I guess I'll use this one. Yeah. I am definitely not going to be able to show all the cable connections in this video, because if I do that, it's going to take so long. The camera's not dead, right? It's still recording. Cool. Bruh. This cable is the most annoying. It's like on a weird angle. Why do they always gotta be on a weird angle? Oh, there you go. Okay. I got it in. Somehow, in some way, I got it in. That was way more annoying than it should be. Now I'm gonna have so many extra cables because this is the one where it's like so much extra. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got the CPU fan. That's not it. CPU fan. Next is the pump. Where's the pump at? Wow, it's on a really far side. Okay. Interesting. Oh, found a defect with a motherboard. It's nothing serious. One of the pins, though, is very, very, very uneven. That pin should not be like that. Kind of alarming. I should be able to fix it by just readjusting the way I pointed in. Okay, cool, we're good. Not gonna lie, chat, I thought that was gonna be a problem. There was a pin that was like slightly way more off than all the rest. Luckily, I was able to adjust the way I installed the thing and just plugged it in properly. But man, there's so many unnecessary cables. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I'm trying to think. Do I got any twisty ties or anything like that around the studio, laying around here? Nope. Okay. I'm trying to think here how I'm gonna do this. Because there's a lot of extra slack. I guess you can't cut me any slack. Eh? Bad joke. Bad joke. Got it. Can I put this under here and hold them all down? Can I contain the cables in here? Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, probably not. Come on, get in there. Damn. Okay. I am going to have to figure that out. Bro, can I not get that in there? There should be some like really strong magnets. No, there we go. I think it's on there. It's not on there. Okay, there we go. Now it's on there. That was way more annoying than that should have been. Things are not built to last like they used to be. Nowadays, like they break them 1 to 3 years. Yeah, that's a facts, dude. That is actually facts. Nothing actually lasts as long as it should. And it's actually so sad. Yeah. I don't think there's any like weird stuff on this motherboard, right? I'm going to grab something like a twisty tie here and figure this on out, because I'm going to try to clean this on up just a smidge. Because the problem with this is, it's just like they give you so much extra slack. I might be able to feed it through to something, but I'm not too sure where. It's like, okay, so like this can go here, and this can go like there, something like this, right? And I do not like how I'm doing this. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is so sketch. I'll worry about it more later. I'm just gonna just on the case for the time being. I just could care less. I know this is gonna be absolutely painful for me, chat later, to go through and try to figure this out for the PC build video. Like, when I go through all this footage, I'm gonna cut so much of me talking BS out, and then yeah. I'll also say the plastic is surprisingly super slippery. Way more than I actually thought it was going to be. Zoom this on out just a smidge. Okay, cool. So, next thing we're going to need to do is install our motherboard into our case. Now, hopefully with this one, if I remember correctly, I should not have to rip the peel. I was hoping to leave the peel on for him, but I know this doesn't work out for this. Set that to the side. Move this. I'll place this on the side here. Nice and easy. And then I gotta remove this rear fan, unfortunately. I do have to remove this. It can never be easy. I always have to remove the rear fan before I do anything, man. This is how it be. Actually, I might be able to install it with the rear fan, but I think the pump's too big. Because the pump's gonna be kind of in the way too. Oh, man. Please tell me you get paid. What the hell? I cannot read that message, bro. Please tell me you get paid. Random ads. So many random ads. Oh yeah, I did get paid from ads. On Twitch, it's just as bad. I don't get paid on Twitch at all for like ads. If it is, it's probably super insignificant, to say the very least. But if you guys do watch the ads, I appreciate you. You guys are the true legends. And damn, this screen does not want to come undone. Katie just messaged me something on Discord. I'm gonna double check. She just not Discord, but the thing. Mega Raising is the newest set in Pokemon Pocket, and the newest cards are released as the expansion from Mega Evolution. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I didn't hear your response because I switched to Twitch when I'll try to find 78X3D I can fit in my budget. Yeah, sounds good, man. Totally, it's the plan. Totally. I just recommend going an X3D CPU for 1440p. Especially if you just like plan the game. It'd still be good for streaming too. Dude, once I get this motherboard installed, everything else is just so much easier, man. Okay, what time is it, by the way? It is currently 10:19. We're still on track to have this done by 11. As long as nothing goes wrong. Once we boot into Windows, we're good. Or, when we boot at all into the BIOS, we're good. Take this fan, just move it to the side over here. Now, scooch this on over. Scooch you. Scooch you on over. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to carefully take our motherboard and ours. Oh shit, I almost forgot. The most annoying part, I keep forgetting. I gotta go to the back side of the case to actually grab the, what's it called? The screws and shit. That would have been fun if I installed the motherboard and been like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to install this? That would not have been my brightest moment, at the very least. I will say, the nice thing about doing PC builds, they're really fun to do. But also, they're like, dude, it's the weirdest kind of content. Because, like, PC builds are really fun to do, chat. But, like, at the same time, too, they're probably the most annoying build to do. Like, once you start doing it, you keep forgetting on how, like, annoying it is to do a PC build video. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're really, really fun. But also, it's really, really tedious because there's a lot of steps. And it's more painful when you're trying to do something of a target goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The good thing you caught it rather than later. Yeah, 100%, bro. Me with that rear fan. The amount of times I made a mistake and was like, oh, wait, I didn't actually get the rear fan thing has been too many times, to say the very least. Rear fan is my enemy. So I'm going to set this to the side here. And now, we're going to grab this packet of screws for the motherboard. Also, I don't like saying it, but if you can, appreciate you guys if you could like the stream. Helps the stream. Gets pushed in the YouTube algorithm, which just makes it easier for me to do PC build videos because they're definitely not cheap, to say the very least. Like, I'm not paying for this one. Like, the build time is where it's at, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys like my PC streams and you want to see more of them, then appreciate it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to lift our cooler. We're going to take our motherboard. We're just going to carefully line this on in here. I got to move this fan. This fan is like annoying. Like, bro, can you just like not be awkward for more than 20 seconds, please? Okay, I might have to unplug this one. I think there's like one thing, right? Should be right here. This one. Yeah, also it's just not that one. No, that's what? What the hell? Oh, here it is. Right, I'm just gonna remove the rear fan for the time being. Now take a motherboard, carefully plop her on in here. We set the cooler on the outside. The strat, I swear. Now what we're gonna do is carefully twist our hand, and we're gonna carefully lift up the motherboard, pull it on over to the side till it lines up. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that amazing, chat? Oh, isn't that amazing how perfect that went? So skilled. If the I/O cooler falls though, motherboard will not be happy. That stress on the board will not like that. Now what we're going to do is install our screws into the board and to hold this in place. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The method I do for installing the motherboard is probably not the best method for like newbies. But I find it to be the most optimal way of like getting everything done fast. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with an an air cooler. Air cooler, just pre-installing it is so nice. Like, you gotta just make sure the measurements line up. You remove that rear fan. If you do not remove the rear fan, it's gonna be a complete pain for you to install later. A bit. Oh, there. Not a bit. Wonder why I didn't feel like it was lined up there. Katie just dropped another message in the chat. I just see. I was find that in the big Katie. Yeah. You know for a fact I'm gonna cut a lot of this screwing part out in post. I also gotta make sure that I installed the. Bro, are you serious right now? I also gotta make sure to not remove the wrong PCIe bracket, because I always seem to impressively do that. It's supposed to be the, what is it, 2 and 3 slot, and usually I always get that wrong. Honestly, what might happen is I might put the cooler on the top here, and it'll pinch the cables in place. If that's the case, I won't have to worry about them later. Okay, where the hell did that one go? I'll find it later. What a pain. I could probably not install so many screws as necessary, but like, rather be safe than sorry, if that makes sense. That one bit, right? Looks like a bit. Also, this is a weird peel. I feel like this board was definitely used before. This motherboard looks like it's been used. Just because there's some peel stuff here, but I don't see an actual peel, if that makes sense. because it feels like there should be a bigger one somewhere. But I'm not seeing anything to indicate that. I also have figured out where both of the screws went. Oh my gosh. I can grab that is. Bro, what the heck? What the heck? Okay. Bro, can you bite, please? Alright, that's good. Now I'm just trying to figure out how the hell do I get this one in here like this. Ooh, bang. Alright. Now for the cooler. Set that there. Switch camera angles, see what I'm saying? Actually, I'm going to put this one back at 100% saturation level because I don't even know why I decreased it. It doesn't even matter. It didn't make a difference. Alright. So what we're going to do for the cooler, all we're going to do is take our cooler like so. We'll make sure the pipes are pumping the right way and line it on up here. And also, I should probably get the overhead camera angle going on too. So we're going to have it lined up like so. What are you getting caught on, girl? Oh my god, it's the actual Arctic like logo thing. It's like in the way. That's what it was. It's like, why do you feel like you're not going in? So like that, perfect. Because then it'll line it up like so. I'm gonna get my overhead camera for you guys so you can see how I'm gonna screw this on down because it's like really easy. I just realized I literally went to the overhead camera, left the overhead camera, even though I shouldn't have. Which is kind of funny in all fairness. And I have the screws for this thing. PSU, wrong one. Where are the screws at I just have? Well. Bruh. Oh, here they are. Is this it? Oh, 100%. You know, I was wondering where I put those screws for that. Congrats on 20K, Tech. I appreciate it. Good night. Yo, I appreciate it, man. Thanks again for supporting me, chat. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the real legends for helping us to get 20K. Hopefully, we'll be able to hit 100K in the future. I don't think that's going to be very likely. If we can, it'll be awesome, but we'll see what happens with that, though. But I appreciate you guys for all the support. Who is that? Blessed? Appreciate you, Blessed. You're quite literally blessed. Blessed me up with 20K. Okay. And I don't have to plug anything else in here, right? Okay, it doesn't look like anything's messed up. It looks like one of the connectors were being weird, so I was checking. So we're just gonna place this on in here. Slide it on up. Perfect. Take the screws, drop them into place. Actually, I'll probably pre-screw it too by applying a little bit of force. Then take our screwdriver. I'm gonna screw this on down. Once we get the first one installed, that's the easy part. Because it just makes it's all the rest of them going to be really easy. Because then it'll hold into place. Do the same thing. Watch me use the wrong screw somehow. Even though I'm using the same one that comes with the cooler. Yeah, there you go. Looks good. What the frick? Are you kidding me right now? There's a slight. Whoo, it's magic. I got it. Yeah, I was like, bro, are you kidding me right now? I literally got this cooler in perfectly. And one of the bolts in between the screws and stuff like that, I forgot the name of it, literally slipped through the crevice, and I was like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me right now. Be like, that is actual pain. Yo, come on. She ain't going nowhere. What is you guys' least favorite part about building a PC? I'll shoot mine first. Installing the cooler. It's always the cooler, then it always goes wrong. It's nothing else. It's never anything else, bro. If you have a bad cooler installation, everything else acts weird. It's not fun. Bro, are you kidding me right now? Can you not, like, fall for the crevice, please? For the 16th million time. My hands are too fat. This is when I need raccoon-like hands. Or I need Salem Tech Source to help me out. Is it Salem? I think it's Salem, like, Tech or something like that. Alright, that's good. I probably don't need any more screws, but I want to apply one more and then we're good to go. Okay, it is 10:32. I'm going to start picking things up. This is when we're going to lock in, chat. And we're going to absolutely crush this PC build, okay? You ready? Now, I'm going to lock in right now and get this last screw in and we're chilling. And I am going to speed run these cables real quick because I will not have to put that on camera, thankfully. Damn. You're just not. You know what? You know, I'm not going to use that. I was supposed to use that, but some of these screws are just too big. Okay, cool. Right. Cooler is installed. I'm going to speed run cables now. This shouldn't take me too long. So I'm going to get all the necessary cables set up from the motherboard first. Because when I get that done, I can then get the power supply, cables, and then from there, we get the other stuff. Which is better, the Ryzen 4070 or the 78 XTX Super? What the hell? This is meant to be a joke. Not taken seriously. Okay, I was about to say, there's no friggin' shot there's a super card from AMD. You crazy if that's actually the case. And if that is actually the case, I'd be like, what? How? This how? Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to plug in the cable here. This is going to be the easy part. HD audio is my favorite cable because it's so obvious which one it is. Also, it's not labeled for this case for some reason. Not sure why. But okay. Let's see. What is this? SATA 3. And then USB-C. You gotta have a USB-C connection nowadays. You can't not have one, you know what I'm saying? Also, does this motherboard have a connection for it? Okay, it does. Cool. I was concerned for a second there. It did it. Be like, what'd I pay for the connections for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? What the hell? Okay. Let me get these connections in here. Oh, weird. What is up with this HD audio connection? What the hell? Okay, sure. I've never seen a motherboard have protection against with the HD audio. That's a first. I don't know, I'll take it. I think that's cool. Dude, they have a little protector around the HD audio thing. And usually that's only for like the SATA. But surprisingly it isn't. Also, there's two different kinds of SATA in here. I'm just noticing. There's actually like a... Hopefully it doesn't matter which one I plug it into. Because it looks like there's a front SATA and back SATA. But I'm just going to plug it into... Oh, I think it's because it's the direction of it where you want to install it. Yeah, I'm going to do the bottom one then. Does it look like the difference is too distinguished? Watch me plug it into the wrong SATA and then there's actually a difference. Okay, there are more pins bent on this motherboard than I originally thought. Wait, is this? Oh, that's a front panel connection. Okay, never mind. Not that was SATA. Yes, whoever has, if this motherboard does not boot, chat, you know why. Something is not right with the pins. Like, it's kind of alarming to me on how the pins are. And holy shit. How, who, NZX, I mean, Montech, what the hell? What do you guys do for the SATA, for this connection? How am I supposed to get this on in here? Holy shit, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Holy shit, I have no idea how I just pulled that off, but that worked. Dude, that SATA connection was tight. I have no idea how I just pulled that off. And then this should be front panel connection. Yes, it's on the side. Okay, the window's there. So it should be like this. Watch me say I have it the right way, and I don't. What the frick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up a minute. Wait. What? Huh. What the hell? Something isn't right. Unless that is legit. That doesn't seem right. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna find the motherboard. Oh wait, shit, there's no motherboard manual. Okay, I'm going to quickly glance over the motherboard manual for this one because the front panel connection doesn't look right. So I'm going to have to look into that. I legit got every other cable in though, thankfully. Nothing was really too drastic compared to normal. USB-C connections in there nicely. Okay. Hello, hello. I don't know how the hell you say your name, so I'm just gonna come over there so I can see better because I'm trying to look at the motherboard manual. It is the GIGABYTE Wi-Fi B650 Eagle. I just want to see where the front handle connections go. Manual. Oh, it's Luffy. What's up, Luffy? Okay, here we go. I have found the PDF file. Hopefully I do not get hacked. My current team in AZ is Megamania, Mega, Garnivore, Absol, and I'm joining my team. I have Kurkuri, Alpha, Lucario, Mega, and Digsbur. I have no idea which one that is. Is that the Digging Mine Pokemon? I managed to fit an X3D CPU into my budget somehow. I went with a motherboard B650 and then with ASRock for the 960 for 650. Nice, that's good. That's sick. Yeah, getting an X3D CPU, you'll definitely feel a benefit from it. What is going on with the website here? I'm legit trying to look at the installation for the front panel connections, but like, it's not loading, so I'm just trying a different page. It's getting hot in here. Like, if I could just figure out why this front panel connection is, I'd be chilling, but not the case. Well, this is going to take a second to load. Actually, never mind, it just loaded. Can I see? Support, product, no. I would say front panel. Oh, here it is. No. Somebody legit has looked it up. I'm not the only one who's looked this up. Images. Okay. So it seems to be on the right side. No, on the left side. Okay, so it is left side. Oh, I did have it right then. Interesting. Is it just the way it plugs in is weird? What? It's so strange. So it looks like it goes like... Let me grip it. So it goes like this, right? Why are you not biting, though? Like, it looks like it wants to go in like this. Oh, what the hell? Holy shit, I get in there? What the hell was that? I felt like it went in properly. Okay, so I guess it did went in right there. Weird. Okay, so I guess it was just being weird the first time installation. Interesting. Well, worst case scenario, that's not the right connection. I just replug it in later. Looks like everything is fine though in there, unless there's something else I'm not aware of. Dude, it's weird. Like some of these pins are extremely bent on this board. And I'm able to bend them back, thankfully, but it's still annoying. Okay. Next, guess we can do the GPU. Who's ready to see this sexy baby, chat? Hold up. Oh my god, GPU time. Oh, hold up, wrong way. Set that to the side. Set that to the side. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty sexy. You hear that, chat? Isn't that nice? Yeah. Ooh. Peel removable. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I just realized my box cover. Ooh. Okay, hey chat. Here we go. It's probably not the best quality in the world. Hold up, let me turn on this light here. Ooh, isn't she a beauty, chat? The amount of peel though is ridiculous. There's actually so much peel on the front side here. Okay, we're gonna remove this peel if you guys can do a little ASMR. I'm sorry again if you don't like ASMR, just pure pain. I feel you. Damn. Okay, this is actually gonna be a little bit more annoying than I thought it was gonna be. You guys even hear the audio when I peel this stuff? I don't think you can, right? Damn, Asus really made me want to fight for this one. Okay, who in their right mind decided to put the peel under the IH? Somebody is definitely getting fired for that. I'm 100% going to say that for sure. I just missed the chat. Somebody just commented something in the chat. I just now see. Oh, it's one of those bots on Kick. I forgot I'm streaming on Kick. I'm going to be honest with you. Literally half the time I stream on Kick, it's never anyone real. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Ooh. Dude, I'm not going to lie. This is satisfying. I'm really enjoying this. Look, giant peel in the back, chat. You ready for this one? Okay, if I can find the spot you're supposed to remove it at. That's like a real good question. Oh, I also just realized this thing has a little performance mode and quiet mode. That's cute. Also, who in the right mind deciding how you guys do this peel? How did Asus design me to want me to do this peel here? Oh wait, is this actually part of the design? Huh. No, it is a protective film, okay. How do you guys put this on here? I am so confused. How did ASRock put this protective film on here? Like, it says remove protective film. But I'm going to be honest with you. How do I remove the protective film if it's so well, like, placed? I am, bruh. ASRock, I didn't know you needed to go this hard with your protective film. Jeez. Bro said, actually, I can't make that joke. That's a bit too much for YouTube. YouTube would not like it if I said that. Bro, what the hell am I looking at? Well, what the hell? Damn, are you serious right now? Am I missing something in this one? Oh, shit. I got it. It went right under my freaking nail. That was painful. I'm going to use a different nail. Because one of my nails is now just like scared. Damn, bro. Frick. Asus, why? Why do you have to make it so I have to use my nail and go under my nail? That hurt. That really did hurt. Okay. Okay, you ready? Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Like, chat, thoughts? How we like this card? I think it's pretty sexy. So that is as small as compact as the small form factor one, but it is pretty and it's prime, I guess you could say. Get it? Bad jokes? Okay. Cool. I know. Okay. So I need to install it into which slot? Top slot, which is holy shit, it uses the slot. It actually uses the PCIe 1 slot. Okay. No, but I used the first bracket. You know, I haven't had one that does that in a little while. If that wasn't obvious. Anytime I move these brackets, I always remove the wrong ones. But this one, Okay, OBS legit just crashed. Can I? Please don't tell me my YouTube stream actually just crashed, right? Still lagging. Okay, we're good. Are we good now? We good now, chat? We good? Camera isn't working. Is it working now? It's back. Okay, dude. I have no idea what just happened, chat. Like, OBS crashed so hard. Like, actually insanely hard. I've never seen that before. So, fun. Whatever, you're good. Okay. Well, whatever, chat. I guess we're not gonna record the other part of the video thing I need to do. I have a bunch of footage already. I can use the side camera too and get as much footage as I want. We're just gonna finish building this. What I might do for this video, and I'm not too sure if I'll do it, is I might do like a montage, build montage. How does that sound, chat? I take some of the moments from the stream, and then I do the rest of it as a montage when I lock in. Maybe something along those lines. I think that'd be a good idea. Because honestly, that crash right there kind of sucked. Like, I think I got a lot of good footage too, which is a good thing. I mean, both of those records just immediately fell off like it was no tomorrow. So, watch me do this wrong. Can I install this free? Oh yeah, I can. Oh, I'm gonna slip you on in, girl. Not trying to make this awkward. Okay, yeah, just right. Oh, can I get in there? Oh, she went right in there. All right, awesome. Now, where are the screws? Oh, look at that, chat. Isn't that nice? I will quickly just say, though, damn. That's pretty high. Like, you see this, right, chat? Hold on, let me zoom in for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. Okay, she does not zoom. She does not want to zoom in. But, like, I'm not tweaking, right, chat? Like, there's a lot of space on this motherboard. Like, holy. Like, I thought there's going to be a bit of space between, like, the bottom of the board and the top. Where there's a significant gap. To say the very least. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I think personally it looks good still to build, but I also do feel as though I don't know, I don't think this motherboard looks as good as I thought it was gonna be. Like, this motherboard's still really good with the GPU, don't get me wrong. But honestly, kind of sucks how much empty space is on the bottom here. So, like, if you ever decide to install something in the bottom PCIe slots, it's gonna have a lot of space. I wonder if I have anything to fill up that space. Do I have any extra 10 gigabit network cards lying around I can give him? If I find a 10 gigabit network card, I'm going to slap it inside of it to fill up some space. Because there's a lot of empty space. It's like painting a canvas, and you leave a lot of white in one spot. That's how I feel about this, because it's just way too much. And also, the way this touches the I/O cables, each is like really, really weird to me. The cables for the water are like right on top of the GPU. And I do not like how that looks, like, at all. So I'm kind of concerned about that. Like, do I think it will actually cause any harm? Probably not. Am I still concerned? Absolutely. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? Chat, I forgot something really important. I legitimately forgot about this. I need to install the CPU cable before I install the radiator. Oh my God, bro. Fuck me. Ah! YouTube's not gonna like me saying that word. Watch me get shadow banned on YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna do the power supply real quick. Give me a second here. I legitimately forgot about that fact. I was like, oh wait, I can just, like, you know, install everything here, not have an issue whatsoever. But nope, not the case, unfortunately. I just can't do that. I also said to say this, say 50 watt power supply surprisingly, like, came with the whole shebang for the cable and stuff like that. They went roll out. Dude, I'm gonna have so much stuff to go through later to organize. So what do we need? 8 pin for the CPU. We're gonna need what's it called for the GPU? The new 16 pin. And then what else do we need? 24 pin for the motherboard. Nothing for hard drives, thankfully. And I think that's about it, right? I also need to reinstall the rear fan too. Nothing can be easy, chat. Okay, well, I should have done that a while back, actually. Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna get the power supply set up first, and then I'm going to uninstall the AIO, because I'm gonna have to like do that. Dude, I'm just like absolutely failing. I do recall there's one version of, I do recall there's a power supply that's bad with a 16 pin. I don't think any of the power supplies I messed with recently have that issue, where they like a bad 16 pin connection. So we shouldn't have to worry about anything along those lines. Let's say CPU. PCIe, nope. This is PCIe, so many PCIes. There were too many. CPU, here we go. Okay. We got this. It should be the one with the no label. Should go on the power supply. No label. I want to say this power supply is super clean. Okay, thank God they didn't put a P on the back. I was gonna say they put a P on the back. It's gonna be annoying. It's interesting. They're using a yellow version of the 16 pin. It's not different between any 60 pin. It's just like obviously a different color. I also do not get how the 16 pin like burns at all. Like I understand how it burns, but it's just like weird. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of space. Yeah, Katie. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly say I probably will not be using this motherboard again, just because of the spacing thing. The only thing I can think of using this motherboard again for with spacing is just like maybe okay, weird. Hold on. Okay, that one. Who in their right mind designed this power supply? Okay, how the hell are you supposed to? Okay, you're supposed to do like that. Dude, what? That's the first time I've seen that. Usually the 16 pin or 24 pin for the power supply is always in one way, but they have it weirdly designed, which I am kind of confused about. I'm just not going to try to explain it though, because like if I do, it's going to be like not one of the things most people pay attention to. Alright. Getting down to the wire, chat. I got 6 minutes left to build this PC and by 11. I don't think it's going to be the case, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of failed, I'm being quite frank. So hoping to have it done by 11, but it's going to be 11:30 at this rate, which is fine. Not the worst in the world. Where's the power supply? Screws. Hard drive. PSU. Is there another bracket thing here? Probably is. Yes it is. I'm just so glad we're about to be done with this. We're like legit like at the finish line. If I didn't mess up the whole cable situation thing, or the brackets like 3 times, we'd be chilling. Damn, bro, can you just open this packet? Okay, I didn't want to whip out my knife, but I'm gonna whip out my knife. He's got a knife. There's that. Cool. Oh, wrong spot. Bro, why are you not biting? Okay, you know what? For some reason that screw's not gonna go there. I'm not sure why. I'm having a hard time with that one. What the fuck? I've never heard it sound like that. What in the hell? Why did it sound like it popped on something? Maybe it's chipped metal? I've never heard it sounded like that before. Nothing is behind the thing to indicate anything, so nothing looks to be damaged. I'm not sure why I just heard a weird pop. Oh my god, man. Everything is sus. Power supply's good. That ain't going nowhere. Alright. I'm gonna remove the I/O again real quick and then do the CPU cable. I'm just plugging the GPU and the other stuff for the time being. I'll plug the GPU in and we'll put them here, right? Yeah. Wait, that's the CPU. Sorry, I'm thinking by 8. I'm thinking the by 8.1, not the new by 16. I'm tweaking. There we go. Oh, why? Just like that. Make sure it's plugged in fully. I do not need this cable catching on fire. Perfect. Not amazing. That's good enough. Now we got the 24 pin for the power supply. Not power supply, motherboard. I know they're starting to do these new motherboards where like everything's stealthy looking. Like they're doing a thing where what's the word? The cables go behind the board, which just seems like so cool, but also seems kind of weird. If that makes sense. I'm not sure how to describe it. It just kind of seems a bit excessive, to say the very least. I think that's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna do that next. Shit, man. We're so close to being done. Literally one cable. But no, I can never be easy. I always have to forget one thing. I'm gonna uninstall the cooler real quick here. I'm gonna move it just temporarily without losing the cables. We'll set that there. Simply this. Oh, you know, I remember the word now for these things. They're washers. I was pretty sure I knew the word for the things on the screw, between the screw and the thing. And it's one of those words that I forget about because like, it's not one of those words I also use it often. So it's like, okay. Like, did I miss anything in chat? Right, I'm good. That didn't sound good? Yeah, no, that didn't sound good. I'm not sure what it hit. Like, the screw didn't hit anything. It sounded like the metal chipped. But it didn't sound like it messed with anything in the copper or anything in the capacitors. So, also, I checked for a scent because usually there would be a weird smell. There was no weird smell. So, we're good there. It looked like the middle, though, what happened was, it was tightened on one side, but it wasn't loosened. It was like there was a hole, right? But the hole wasn't allowed to be fully go through. So what happened is the metal pushed through and shipped through. So that's what happened. Like, is that a bad thing? Kinda. Did it affect anything? Probably not. Worst case could happen if I like messed up and then what's the word? What could have happened? I'm trying to remember. Warp the screw. That would have been legit worst case scenario. Also, this is interesting. This board only does by a 4-pin and a by 2. Interesting. I've never seen that before for a CPU cooler. Or not CPU cooler, but for the CPU power. Damn, bro. Why is it always so hard for me to just like get the CPU? Alright, there you go. Now we're good. Okay, CPU power is in chat. So theoretically now, I just put this cooler back on top. We power it on, and she works. So let me put one of these washers back on, and we're going to do a test boot. Without me losing a washer to the case. I'm just going to put one through. You just like go there. For the time being, screw on top. Get this one screw. I'm going to put another on the opposite side here. So, also chat, anyone watch any anime? Anyone enjoying a good animes this season or no? The chat's like, Jimin's a frickin' weeb. He's a frickin' weeb. Because honestly, there's not really too many good animes this season, unfortunately. Like one or two I've been watching, but nothing insane. We need the overhand. We need a dual cam, overhead and side, or side. Okay, gotcha, Elite. Yeah, no, I have not set that up. I have like more cameras. I'm using them to record different angles right now for the video. Because I'm gonna put this together and compilate into a video for YouTube. But I will definitely do that next time, 100%. Okay, I'm not worrying about that right now. I'll do it later. I'm like, rear fan? My brain just legit remembered. I was like, wait a minute. Bro, are you serious right now? Can you not like remember that at the like crucial time? Alright. Will it boot? Eh. Oh yeah, chat. The moment of truth. Will she boot? I don't remember which one's which, so I'm just gonna take both of these. Okay. The overall moment of truth. Will she boot with no issue? Display. HDMI. And I need to do power. Where's the power cable? Power cable. I legit had it. Okay, here it's on the floor. Either it's going to boot perfectly, no issue. Or something's going to go wrong. Or maybe something could have been installed wrong. I don't think anything got installed wrong. And this thing should be wrong. The biggest concern could be that power supply thing. The power supply sound was not pleasant, but I don't think it was a power supply issue, so we're good there. Okay. If it explodes, I'll catch it on camera. Okay, chat, you ready? I forgot it's on the front side. Hold up. Will it boot? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. That's a good sign. It booted. Now, why am I not getting RGB for this cable here? Huh. Well, shit. Am I missing something? Well, it boots. Looks. Let me just see if I can display first. Okay. It booted onto the PC. The PC is alive. She's a live chat. So the next thing I gotta figure out is, why am I not getting any RGB? I legit thought I plugged in all the RGB cables. So is there something I'm tweaking about? Oh! Is it that? But that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense for that. Hold up. That would kind of make sense, but I don't think that's the case, right? I thought I plugged that one in. That looks like a cable I'm missing here. Fan cables. Oh, yeah, no. There's just, yeah, fun. Wait, I could just daisy chain this, theoretically, couldn't I? I should be able to. Hold up, okay. My real question is, like, why am I not getting, like, any RGB on the top ones? Alright, I figured out the case fan situation, so that's not a problem. Actually, I might be able to install this with no issue, actually. Okay, maybe not. My question is, why were the top fans not getting any RGB? Because usually, there should be no reason why it doesn't, unless it's this. Is this the reason why we're not getting RGB on this one? Because that wasn't connected properly? I don't have the power on or plugged in. Wow, I didn't do it. Why am I not getting an RGB on the top fans? I also just want to quickly say the cooler sounds sus. I can hear just the pump, that's which is fine, but like that's just sus. Where the hell is all the RGB at? There should be like so much more RGB. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay, on to the next issue. Alright, let me reinstall the rear fan real quick and fix the RGB on the case first. The case RGB is going to be the easiest. I got to figure out why the pump's not getting RGB. Because I know for a fact we plugged in a cable for RGB. Unless there's something else that I'm just not aware of. Is this a good angle for you guys? Yeah, that's a good angle for you guys. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay. Like, I could have sworn I plugged an A-RGB connection for the cooler. Right? I could have sworn I have. So I'm not sure where the frick all the RGB went. This is a cable that is just, I'm not seeing. I didn't plug in. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. I have no idea what's going on in the other room. I don't think my bro and his girlfriend's here. Sounds like my brother's doing something in the room, and I'm not sure what it is. He's slamming into a wall. You just open the door. I repeat, you open the door, Chad. Okay. I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke right now. I was gonna make a really, really funny, awkward joke, but it's like kind of awkward, so I ain't gonna do that. Alright. So let's figure out the RGB connection. Why are we not getting RGB? That's connected. That's A-RGB. This is going to, what is this going to? This is going to the pump. And that is connected, right? Yes. That is connected. Okay. That's fine. Why? There are cable loose here? No, it's all daisy chained, so there should be no reason why connection is loose here. That's connected. That's connected. I'm still quite confused. Why is this one not getting any A-RGB? Huh. Okay. I'm going to put a pin on that. I'm going to go to the rear fan first and fix this. I think what could be the case, and this is just a small guess, something's wrong with the motherboard when it comes to RGB. I don't think it's the case, though. I don't want to narrow it down just to that of yet, because that doesn't make sense. Because, like, the board boots. If the board boots, it's very unlikely that there's a problem wrong with the RGB. Also, where the hell did my screwdriver just go? Where did I set that? Oh, it's over here. I'm just blind as a bat. Okay. So we're going to reinstall this rear fan and then fix the RGB on this one, and then the fan connection for exhaust. And once we do that, we will be able to do a little bit more for everything else. That could have been way worse, I want to be honest with you. Rear fan really wants to try to kill this PC right now. Grab this. Screw this one down first. You know, this is the times I need to get one of those magnetic screwdrivers from LTT, because I just can't keep shit from not falling. How much are the LTT screwdrivers? I'm sure they're like $50 or something like that. Okay. That is... Okay, I just realized. For some reason, there's two different kind of screws for holes for this. Not sure in her right mind designed that, but whatever. Cool. There's. Bro, what? Did I not just tighten it all away? I did not. Okay. Grab another one. Top right next. There's that. Let's fix the RGB connection now. So, first of all, we put this. What the? Oh, weird. Interesting. Doesn't make sense. How would you connect that? Okay. Okay, let's see here. That's that. What an interesting way of doing things. Okay, that's an A-RGB connection. No, that's a fan connection. Cool. Now, where is the A-RGB connection I should have here? Did I not have to like take off every single cable strap? They put unnecessary amount of cable straps here. Okay, wait a minute. If this goes to this one must go to the board. This is another one? No. Okay, one of these has to go to the board then. Just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Okay. Where is another A-RGB connection that's on this motherboard? Okay, that's that. Fan. Oh, here you go. System fan. Fan 2. Nice. A-RGB dough. Let's see. Okay, I see it. On the bottom. Where's my phone? Okay, so that's the metal one. This is interesting, there's two of them. Okay. I'm gonna end this camera here. This camera's been recording for a minute, it's on fire. Okay. How am I supposed to get this A-RGB connection now done all the way down there? I'm like, what? This one might be, looks like it's connected. So no, it's just not connected to anything though. Okay. That doesn't make sense. I've definitely done this before. I just can't remember how. There's one thing I'm thinking of doing is taking this A-RGB connection and then replacing it for this one. Oh, the one thing I could think about, this could be the case. I don't think it's the case though. No. That's a 5 volt, so that's fine. So that would have made a difference either way. Yeah, that's that. And this one's another A-RGB connection, but I should be able to run this one below. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this cable first. I'll untangle it. And I should be able to take this, run it behind the GPU, pull it my way, fish it. Okay, interesting. Okay. Weird. It would have made a difference if I fished it. And I should be able to phrase this. It is going that way. It's the middle one here, right? Okay, that was easy. Where's my phone at again? Bruh. Okay. That should do it. Let's try this now. I'm gonna wait to put the AIO until afterward. Hey, we got RGB. Top fans don't have RGB. Okay, we're on to something. I have to figure, I think There has to be some form of daisy chain connection not connected, right? Unless there's like something else I'm not aware of with the cable. I don't think it's a bad cable though. Like, where does this A-RGB connection go? It goes on the bottom side of the pump? Is there a sticker down there? No. Why? Oh, why am I not getting RGB? Shouldn't make a difference as that. I have made a severe, grave mistake in my lapse of judgment about something else. So I'm going to fix something else again. Okay. Chat, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. There's a lot more things I got to do for this PC. So all I'm going to do is end the stream for the time being. Because like I'm going to have to work on this a little bit longer than I thought. Like I could just keep working on with these guys. But honestly, I'm just going to get this done and like finish this up real quick. Because like it shouldn't be taking as long as it is. There's just been a lot more problems than I thought it would be. I'm going to figure out the RGB situation next for the top fans. I'm not sure why the top fans are acting weird with the RGB. It looks like everything is connected properly. But for some reason, it just doesn't want to like work right, and I'm not sure why, so I'm going to look into that next. But yeah, thanks for everyone who hanged out with me. I appreciate you guys. It's nice chatting with you. And then I'll see you guys for another stream whenever I stream next here on YouTube, okay? Cool. Have a good night.